Good morning, Dr. Samira and my dear colleagues. My name is Salaama Shuaib, and today I'm here to present to you my proposed dissertation proposal that I hope to work on. So this is a table of, before we dive into the main important points, let me just take you through the overview of what I will be presenting to you today. So I will be starting with a rationale of the study. Then I will take you through the research questions, the literature review, methodology, timeline, and the action plan that I'm hoping to work on, the references, and my conclusion. Before I go into my rationale of my study, let me talk to you about my problem. The problem is, my problem that I have chosen is the ongoing research right now about post-COVID and how post-COVID educational system or the landscape, but they have not looked very closely into my subject that I want to look into. They have seen from various aspects of the education field. Let's say, so they have seen through young adults. They have also done research on university students, but the young learners aspect, and from the perspective of English language reading, is something that I found they haven't done many research on that area. So I was thinking, why not? And they don't have data to actually talk about or to state that this much of an impact has occurred due to COVID, due to teachers and children going on a very drastic shift from physical education, like that happened in a classroom, to online learning. So let me take you to my rationale. As you all know, early years is a very significant phase in a child's life. So this is where they learn all the stuff like reading, writing, are very essential skills that they learn from a very usual, traditional classroom atmosphere. Now, having said that, COVID-19 caused a drastic shift from physical learning surroundings to online learning perspective. Now online. No, sorry, that is it's not that. It's sorry. So. So talking about my rationale, yes. So my focus is on seeing the impact of young learners' English language reading due to the absence of educators close to them. So here what happened to these kids were children who actually had a teacher and teaching them ABC, teaching them three-letter words, teaching them how to blend. Here they had to do it on their own, or rather they had to do it in a corner of a house, maybe in a room, and they were just isolated there. They didn't have anyone to help them physically, to correct them, to give feedback. So I'm looking at this. This is something that many researchers from a Sri Lankan context have not done, and I want to look further into it in order to give more data for Sri Lankan education, English language perspective. So these are my research questions. Looking at my first research question, my first question is to see how much of an impact and how much of a difference or a deficiency, a learning loss has occurred in these young children from the perspective or from the side of an English reading, English language reading perspective. The second question is, how did these educators, how did these carers actually, what were their methods and approaches they used to overcome this problem? also did not want to leave out the special education needs students who also have gone through a very drastic shift. So I will also research on them and see how they adapted, how they overcame this difficult juncture in their life. And and coming towards my conclusion, I will also have my final research question is talking about. I will also come up with feedback or some sort of suggestion, insightful suggestions that comes through these in order to make valuable changes or amendments in curriculum planning in school, from a school-wise, or maybe hopefully from even a Sri Lankan education perspective. This is my mini literature review. This is actually from a Sri Lankan context where these researchers, Liana Gunawardana and Williams 2021, now they talk about. Sorry. So this is also my literature review. Now this was done from a Brazil. This was done by researchers that found learning loss from a Brazilian perspective. But since I am looking at a Sri Lankan perspective, it's not actually answering my question. This particular research was done in Norway, where they actually assessed, or maybe they examined, they studied on the writing skills of Year 1 children. They focused on 3 areas: writing style, handwriting speed, and attitude towards writing. Coming to my methodology part of aspect of my presentation, I'm using a mixed method research design, thus explanatory mixed method design, where I will be deriving quantitative data, and in order to back it up, in order to prove it, I will be using qualitative data taken from teachers and carers and parents. My population groups are students from 2018, 2019 and current 2023 Year 2 kids.
Why?
Sorry?
Why?
2018 and 2019, because 2018 these kids didn't have any sort of a disruption in their studies. 2019 they went through, I want to actually assess, I want to see what sort of a damage was done. So 2018 kids didn't have any problem with their studies. They went on regular school right throughout. But 2019 students, they had problems, meaning they had to shift. These are the children who are directly affected. I will go through their data as well. And 2000.
Now this rationalization, is it your rationalization or are you getting it from literature?
2000.
Now this 2018, 2019, this
I'm getting
source of loan and so forth that you
yes.
said just now.
Yes.
Is it your rationalization or is it what the secondary data says?
It's actually, I read through a few research papers.
So then you have to mention it. Huh?
Okay.
Alright. Okay, you can't just say that, from your pocket. Okay, that is what academic writing. Whatever statement that you are making, okay, has to be justified from literature. You can't take it out from your pocket. Alright?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, so my population groups are students of year 2, parents of those students and carers, and also the special education need educators and carers. My sampling methods include convenience sampling method, purposive sampling method,
Somebody is talking at the back.
and snowballing sampling method. This is my proposed action
Can you
plan.
go back to your methodology?
Yes. This is my action plan and timeline that I hope to work on. And as you can see, I've started already on my introduction, and I will be starting on my data collection very soon.
As you can see, don't say as you can see. As it is evident
As
from my
it is
slide or
evident,
whatever.
as it is evident, yes.
Sorry.
Sorry.
As you can see, is offensive language. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. And I hope to complete my dissertation by the first week of, by the second week of February, as mentioned. Yeah.
I am so happy that you guys will not be able to happily celebrate end of 2023 and the dawn of 2023. You will be stressed.
Retarded.
Having all sorts of
The next year group will do a research on us. What happens when you do a
One
dissertation?
of your students to die, no, that will happen.
So I have another benchmark. At least 2 students to get divorced because of the dissertation.
Already started.
Then